perfect date?
It's a tough one. I'd have to say April 25th.
Wow.
Because it's not
what you say, that you only meant when.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina, and today, as you can tell from the title and from the intro clip, today is a Miss Congeniality themed video. Today is April 25th, which is of course the perfect day for a date. So today I am collabing with my friend Monica on creating the perfect makeup for a date. But today's gonna be a get ready with me. We're just gonna do our makeup together and chill and talk, and I'm gonna do my ideal date makeup. For me, it is like plums and pinks and peaches are kind of like the looks I like to go for because I think they're really flattering on me. So that's the look we're gonna do today. And now, before I jump into actually getting ready, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. I do upload on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard. Typically, I know today is, of course, Saturday, but like I said in my community tab, this week was going to be a little weird, and next week will be a little bit weird. But otherwise, I do usually stick to a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday upload schedule. Just keep an eye out on the community tab if you're interested if my schedule will be changing. Let's just get into getting ready. I am extremely tired today. I have not slept well, apparently, for the last 2 days. So I have like my 4th cup of coffee. And as you can see, I already have my eyebrows on and I have my SPF on, but nothing else. So we're gonna get started with priming. So for my primer, I've been using the No Problem Prime Essence. As you guys know, this is in my project pan. So I'm just using this, trying to use it up. I really don't think it does much for priming the skin. I don't think it really helps prep your skin any better than anything else, but it's fine. It says it's a prime essence, so I mean, maybe it's just skincare and I'm completely using it wrong. Me and Monica were talking about doing this collab, and with the date coming up, it just made sense and it was perfect. Me and her have been friends on YouTube for such a long time now, I feel, and she's amazing. So I will definitely, of course, have her channel and her video linked down below. Go say hi, go check out her video. She does amazing looks, and I just find her to be such a soothing and uplifting person. So definitely go check her out. I love her and her channel. So we were just talking about doing this video based on that clip from Miss Congeniality, which is a great movie. I can't watch that movie though because my dad has a crush on like Sandra Bullock, so every time I watch it I just think of my dad having a crush on her. Which is kind of weird, but that clip is so iconic, and so every time April 25th comes around, like every year, it makes me laugh. For foundation, I've been mixing my foundation. I found a really nice combo that I like. Unfortunately, it's not any of my Project Pan items, but I really like this combo, so that's what we're gonna do. This is the combo I've had in a lot of my videos lately, so if any of you are curious about why my skin looks the way it does, this is why. So I've been combining the e.l.f., what is this, like the Flawless Finish foundation? I think that's what it's called, the Flawless Finish foundation, and the CoverGirl Skin Milk. This one's probably almost my ideal shade, and then the Skin Milk is a slight bit too light, so together they make a really nice shade for me. Also, I just feel like together they create a really nice combo. So that's what we're gonna be doing. My e.l.f. foundation is busted, so I have to like unscrew it every time. Y'all see that? Like the pump is like bent. Don't know how that happened like inside of a bottle, but so I just have to like scrape it onto the back of my hand. Typically do that first and then apply just a little bit of the Skin Milk on top. They just combine really well and look really nice. So I take my Sigma F80 and I like to like push it into the skin. It looks a little crazy at first, but then I like go in and I blend it. Are you guys more makeup sponge applicators, or do you guys like using brushes to apply your foundation? I used to be just makeup sponges, and then here lately it's just been all about the brushes for me. I didn't really plan out too much what I wanted to talk about. I thought about like telling you guys like old dating stories, but like part of me also just doesn't want to talk about any of those. I think the only one I'll bring up, and it's like the iconic one, and I feel like I've probably mentioned this before, was like a first date I went on like a decade ago at this point now, and the guy was like asking me questions about his like our favorite color. And of course my favorite color changes. It goes from like blue to greens to periwinkles and everything. Like I don't really have like a specific favorite color. I guess blues would probably be the easiest answer for that. But I'll never forget, this guy straight up told me that his favorite color was alpine white. And I was so confused by like what is alpine white? Like do you just like the color white? Like, that's cool. Alpine white is specifically a color of BMW. It's the patented white color of BMWs, and so that's his favorite color. And then he went on a tangent about how BMWs are the greatest cars that ever existed, and I had already checked out of that date.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I was like, nope, can't do this. Can't do this. So that's like the running joke, but like between like me and Michael or me and my friends about some of the awful dates I had gone on back in the day. Alpine white, dude, will go down in history. But like, as you guys can see, like it blends really well. It's not covering all of like my redness right here, because both of these foundations are pretty sheer for the most part. But if I'm doing like date night makeup, well, if you guys know, I don't like heavy coverage foundations anyways. I like really natural light foundations, and if a little bit of my skin shows through, I'm okay with it. I just pretty much want to have like just an even base. So the main areas of focus for me are like right here, the center of my forehead gets pretty red, and then this part of my cheeks gets pretty red. So I'll go back in with whatever is left on my hand and just put it right on my cheeks just to make sure that part's really even. It seems kind of counterintuitive though, because like you go back and you put blush on there. Isn't that, it's kind of weird when you think about it. Like, I don't want my redness of my skin, but I'll put like a rouge color on my skin, and then I'll just blend it down my neck as much as I can. These foundations don't really oxidize, which is nice, but I'm having a really hard time completely 100% matching my foundation right now because I'm about every shade of pale. So sometimes I skip concealer and then sometimes I don't. Lately, I've been trying to get more use out of this JCat concealer that I got. This is this Stay Assurance Water Sealed Zero Smudge Concealer from JCat. This is in the color Shell, which is incredibly light. It's probably too light for me. But if you are looking for a nice waterproof a waterproof concealer that has a ton of shades, this is a really good one, and it's JCat, so it's affordable. I don't recommend this to other people who have dry skin like I do, because it does look really dry on me. So what I end up having to do is take a serum or a oil, which I have an oil here, a body oil from Witch Baby, and I just apply a drop or two to this to mix in, because otherwise it's way too drying on my skin and it makes me look like I have crocodile skin, which if you're going on a date, not the ideal look you want to be going for. So I'll just take a little bit, and I just like to concentrate my concealer like right in this area. As you guys can probably see, even with foundation on, like you can see a lot of blue right there because I have like really thin and light skin, so all of my veins right there are super noticeable, and I feel like when I'm tired they're even darker, so it just makes me look even more tired. So I just kind of concentrate the color right there next to my nose on the inner corner of my eye, and then I blend it out. I don't want to apply like too much concealer. I'm not really into it, and now that I'm like almost 30, it sinks into like my under eye lines a lot and just doesn't look the best. So most of the time I try to go without concealer completely, but I'm a little sleepy looking today, so we're going to. And then the excess I'm just going to apply it on my chin and go over right here. And I know it looks a little crazy right now because like I said, that shade is a little bit too light for me, but once I apply my powder and my bronzer and everything, it all kind of evens out. But yeah, it is definitely too light. I could have gone like probably 2 shades up. I didn't realize that their shade range was so good when I first ordered it. If you're looking for a concealer, like I said, that's a good one. After that, I'm gonna go in with powder. I basically am using 2 powders right now. I have the Beauty Bakery Flour powder. That's hard to say. It's a loose powder. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that under my eyes to set that, and then I'm gonna go in with a pressed powder to set everything else. I've been reading all of these stories, so since we're talking about like dating and stuff, I was reading all these stories about people who are using Animal Crossing and Tinder to meet people during quarantine, which is kind of cute. Like they go onto Animal Crossing and have their little like dates through there instead. And like Tinder released this whole article. I'll link it down below so you guys can go read it if you're interested. But like Tinder was saying that people who had Animal Crossing listed in their profile were getting more dates and more swipes than people who don't. So I mean, there's something to be said for people playing Animal Crossing right now. It's really, you know, uniting people. A lot of you guys I know are playing Animal Crossing right now. I am fully obsessed with it. I play it every day for at least an hour. Typically it's more, but at least an hour like every morning to get my daily stuff done. And I I mean, it honestly came out at like the greatest time, but also part of me feels like I'm probably too into it. I should probably chill, but you know, if it brings you happiness, just keep doing it, you know? I'm basically in the middle of just completely redoing my entire island, so for all of you guys that have visited my island, it looks different already. I've constantly been changing at least one little area a day because I have a whole like theme in my head of what I want to do with it now, and now it's my mission to actually accomplish it. Oh, and the powder, the pressed powder I'm using is the Milani Prep Set and Go. A lot of you guys recommended this when I was asking for powders. A ton of you guys recommended this one, so I'm trying it out, and you guys are right, it's really pretty. It like blurs out the skin without like drying it down, which a lot of you guys said. And for me with like dry skin, I was like, I don't know, that's kind of hard for powders to do, but it's really, really nice and it feels good. It like doesn't alter the color of your foundation at all. It's just really nice. So thank you guys for recommending that one. I'm gonna go in with a bronzer. This is the Pretty Vulgar bronzer in the color Bronze Mankini or Mannequin. That's not how you spell mannequin. They spelled mannequin funny on here. I'm gonna go in with this bronzer. I don't really know if I like this bronzer too much. I think it's too orange for me. But like I said, I am also like a million shades of pale. I mean, I guess it looks okay. It looks a little orange to me. But how have you guys been doing through quarantine and all of this? Hope you guys are all like still safe and doing well. I think for me, it's gotten to the point now where it's like Groundhog's Day. You're just kind of doing the same thing over and over again, and it's like not bad but not good at the same time. Y'all know what I mean? I'm just ready to get outside and go hiking. I think that's my main thing. I just want to get like out in nature a little bit more. So hopefully parks and stuff will open pretty soon and I can get outside. I think it's lucky for me that I'm like an introvert, crave human interaction too often. Like I'm pretty tapped out after like 1 or 2 phone calls. I'm pretty tapped out for the week. Yeah, my family and some of my friends have basically been like on a weekly communication. So I've been good, but hopefully you guys are also doing good. I know a lot of my extrovert friends out here are not doing okay, but the end is near, so I'm feeling a lot better. I'm gonna zoom you guys back out. I zoomed you in so you could see my concealer and never zoomed you back out. Bronzer is done. Typically now I actually have been going in with a highlight before my blush. So I'm gonna go in with a ColourPop Super Shock. Basically like for especially like date night makeup, I would want like a very like natural glow from within kind of look. So I'm gonna take the Super Shock on a sponge and I'm gonna press it over where I'm gonna put my blush, but also just a little higher. So I mean, it is like a traditional highlight location, but you guys know that like my blush application for a little bit has been really high and really intense. So for the most part, the blush is going to completely cover this highlight, but it's just going to give me like extra glow. And a lot of you guys have been asking how like I apply the Super Shock. Sometimes I do this before my foundation and then sometimes I do it after. It just depends on how I'm feeling. I'm gonna apply just a little bit on my forehead, not too much, and then a little bit on my chin, and a little bit right above my lip. And if there's anything extra, I'll just put it on my nose. I don't like too much highlight on my... I say that as I look at myself and I have too much highlight on my nose. I was gonna say I don't like too much highlight on my nose. Let me blend that off. Okay, that's better. Ooh, that was a little much for a second. And then I feel like what really like has been bringing my makeup looks together has been my blush. It's been like really intense and strong this year, I know, but I like it. So we're gonna go in with 2 to 3 blushes. Like I said, it's a lot, but I'm gonna go in with a cream blush first. I'm using the Gorgeous Cosmetics cream blush in the color Peaches and Cream. And I just need a little bit, so here's my brush. I literally tap it in and like I just literally go boop into it, and then this should be enough for both of my cheeks because it's pretty intense color, and I just lightly dab on like both sides first and then blend it. And I typically bring it up to the corner of my eye and keep it pretty concentrated up right here, and then the excess I'll just go forward towards the corner, like this corner of my nose, and just go forward. And then that's blush number 1. Like I said, it's a pretty natural finish overall right now, but like just adding the blush I feel like gives my face so much more life to it. And then I'm gonna go in with this Tarte blush and pick it up on just a regular blush brush. Fun to say. And then this I basically concentrate on the outer part of my face as well, like towards my temples. And I usually don't bring this blush towards the center of my face at all. And then and the excess I run over my nose. And then we'll move on to the eye makeup. So I'm gonna zoom you guys back in again for this. And since I've mentioned Animal Crossing at this point, I will put my friend code down in the description as well. So if any of you guys play Animal Crossing, definitely add me. Let me know if you want to come visit the island. It is currently under huge construction, like I said, but we could always come and visit each other. I need to have another like friend date and have you guys over again. So to set my lid, I'm gonna go in with the Zoeva palette first. And like I said, I think for like date makeup especially, I like pinks and plums and like rosy tones. I just feel like because I have a pink undertone to my skin, it's just the most flattering. It always feels like more romantic and whimsical to me. So I'm gonna just set my lid right now with a matte white shade from the Zoeva palette. Once quarantine is over, where is your guys' ideal date? Like, do you like to go out on like hiking adventures? Do you like doing like outdoorsy stuff? Are you just like a wine and dine kind of date person? Like, what if you guys could have any date right after quarantine is over with whoever you want. So if you have like a celebrity crush and you're not seeing anyone, let me know who that is. But anyways, if you could go on any date after quarantine, what would you do? My brain is just hyper focused on hiking. I think that's all I really want to do at this point is I just want to go on a hike. And then let me see, which palette do I want to use for my crease? So I do want to do like a pinky color. So I think I'm going to go with the Marvelous Mauves palette actually, and pick up the second shade. I'm trying to think. I can't remember how old I was when I went on my first date. I don't know. How old were you guys when your parents like allowed you to date? I know I wasn't allowed to date for forever, but I don't remember my first date I ever had. Is that bad? I honestly don't. I know all through high school I wasn't really allowed to like go on actual dates. Like I had like boyfriends, I guess, but like no dates, which is a weird concept. I'm glad to be out of the dating pool. Going to the Miss Congeniality clip, she's talking about the like obviously April 25th is the best day of the year or best date just generally, and I have to agree. The weather here at least has been really nice the past couple of days. When I was walking Walls yesterday, I was like, wow, this is like let's sit by the pool and just like drink a really cold drink and soak up the sun. Like the weather's been super nice, like super comfortable. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution Donut palette, which you guys know I really like this. I'm gonna pick up the matte like burgundy shade for my outer V. Basically just creating the shape of my eyeliner with this right now. Yeah, like even today, like right now when I'm filming this, it's like I think it's supposed to be in the like mid 80s today. And like obviously like California is pretty nice all the time, but I've been seeing a lot of you guys who are like my East Coast friends, and like Monica, she's in New Jersey. I feel like everyone is having really nice weather right now, which is both like a blessing and a curse. At least that means hopefully when quarantine is over, we'll be able to enjoy some outside time, but also we're not quite out of it yet, so it's still kind of sucks. It's like, oh man, like hold off for a little bit. We got lucky at the beginning of it. It rained for like 2 weeks in California. So I didn't feel too bad about not going outside too much because, I mean, the weather was awful anyways. But now that it's getting nice, it's like we're all itching to kind of go out and do some stuff. I'm going to stay in this palette. I'm going to pick up this peachy shade for my lower lash line just as like the first like base color because this isn't like super pigmented. And then I'm going to mix the burgundy and the peach and then blend it onto there as well. So going into this palette, I haven't played with this palette too much. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder one, but this like pinky color right here is really pretty and I want to play with it a little bit. And I think I'm just going to work it into the crease as well, but just on like the outer part of my eye. I think as far as like eye shadow shapes, I feel like this like elongated look is the one I always go for no matter what, like special events, dates, just wanting to feel glam for no reason. I feel like this is like the look that makes me feel most comfortable and it's like most flattering on me, or I think it is. Also, you guys should be pretty proud of me. I've been doing a lot better with my Pan Those eyeshadows after I told you guys to yell at me in the comments. It surprisingly helped. And then I don't know what lid shape I wanted. I mean lid shape, what lid shade I want to do, but I think I want to use this ColourPop one. So it's actually the one in my project pan for the year. It's this shade, this like pinky single shade. I think if I spray my brush and put it down on my lid, it'll be really pretty. I'm also going to take a little bit of that same shade and put it right here under my eye. Basically now all I need to do is do a little eyeliner. So I'm going to take my Pretty Vulgar gel liner and I'm just going to lightly line my eyes because I feel like I did okay with creating a faux liner. I feel like the quarantine brain has gotten to me and I just realized I haven't really been talking about anything this whole video, which is like the opposite of what a get ready with me is supposed to be, but nothing new going on. Just a lot of Animal Crossing. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this gel liner. Thought about doing the Batwing liner, but I feel like it would cover up too much of the pink, so I didn't want to do that. So let me throw on mascara. All right, mascara is on. So the last step is lips, of course. So I have 3 things to put on my lips. So I have my lip liner, and then my favorite lipstick, which is the Lime Crime Plushies lipstick. Why is that so hard for me to say every time? And then a Dose of Colors lip gloss to go over top. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips, and then that's basically it. This lip liner is actually almost done. And then this lipstick is in the color Turkish Delight. It's basically like My Lips but better color. Alright, now the lipstick is a little bit more set down, I'll put some lip gloss on right in the center of my lip. And there we go. So this, guys, is it. This is basically the makeup I would always do for like a date night or going out at night. I just feel like the pink tones really complement my skin and just make me feel really like ethereal and magical and pretty, and it just makes me feel good and ready to go out. So this is my ideal date night makeup. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Also, thank you to Monica, of course, for being such an awesome YouTube friend and doing this collab with me. Definitely, guys, make sure to go check out her channel and her video. I will have everything linked down below. And hopefully you guys are all still doing well, staying safe, and hopefully that means I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye!